Y'all niggas, man, y'all can't fuck around, man. It's the rock, bitch, kill it.
Welcome back to the Sportscast, live on Hump Day, Wednesday, from the Juicy Whip Studios. Back here once again with my boys on another great day in Southern California. Got my pops in one seat, got my Mexican in the other. Life can't be better.
Voila. That's a good life right now, man.
It's a good life. So back here once again, Juicy Whip Studios. I want to thank everybody who's watching us right now live on Ustream. Again, so you guys can watch our shows live every day. We'll have it up on YouTube for you guys tomorrow. And as we always preach on the show, if you're going to spread something.
Spread something, baby.
That's right. Spread the word on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, our SoundCloud channel. So we have many platforms you guys can catch this show and watch it, spread the word as well. But glad to be back here once again. Had a pretty good weekend, Renee.
My weekend was great. I watched this awesome documentary called The Resurrection of Jake the Snake. Have you guys seen it?
Really?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. You guys have Netflix?
Netflix.
I recommend you guys watch this documentary. It was
Really?
absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Check it out.
On Jake the
And,
Snake?
I mean, we grew up watching wrestling. See, you did it again last night.
Dude,
I gotta fix this mic.
What's up,
man?
It was
Right in your face.
I know, but anyways, Josh and we grew up watching in the good era of
Oh
wrestling,
yeah,
right?
dude.
With
Ultimate
Hacksaw,
Warrior was my man,
Yeah.
dude. He was fantastic.
Hogan was my man, but also Jake the
All
Snake
good
Roberts.
wrestling stopped after Stone Cold and The Rock got out of wrestling.
Yep.
After that, it just went to shit.
I don't want to give away too many spoiler alerts, but Diamond Dallas Page, do you remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
WCW?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So basically becomes his mentor and helps him out because his life wasn't going very well.
Right.
So he ends up turning his life around and ends up getting inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Very nice.
And
That
it's-
lifestyle alone
and,
is just
and it
interesting.
just shows his transformation and how much weight he lost, and you know what I mean, and his battle with drug addiction and just alcoholism and all this, and he finally overcomes it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm a
Watch it. It's
docu
on-
guy. I'm a
it's on
documentary
Netflix.
guy, and I
Very
think
cool.
I've seen every 30 for 30 that they put out.
I was
mean,
so
those are
sucked in, dude.
fantastic. Yeah, it's good stuff. Knocker, how was your weekend? What were you up to this week?
This weekend was
Mary had her. Shower,
yes,
right?
your sister, who is 7 months pregnant,
Prego.
had her first baby shower over here at the house, and
she
it was a
is-
very, very hectic 3 days.
Was it?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Was mom at her finest?
Mom was mom.
Is there a lot of
Bobby?
there?
No,
No,
You
no.
know what? Your sister has a lot of very nice looking friends. I will say that
That's this. Why would you say that?
because they are.
You can't say that.
Why not? They're 20,
Because
He's just observant.
24-year-old women.
you use just for men, they use just for
I didn't
20-year-olds.
say I was oogling or perving. I just said there's a lot of nice looking women in my back.
a nice compliment.
Right.
Okay.
But it was very hectic, and the last thing, I took off work. I called in sick on Sunday because there was no way they were going to get this thing done without me here. So
Okay. So you
I
came to
called
the
it.
rescue?
I called in sick on Sunday.
Okay.
People are coming at 12:30.
Okay.
Right. Mary is finally starting to get ready. Your mother hasn't even started getting ready, and it's 11:30.
Oh,
You know how mom is, right? Right?
Oh, yeah.
She calls.
Running around the house.
You know how stressful it is, right? Graham's in the kitchen doing the flowers and blah, blah, blah. It's very stressful. She calls the caterer at 11:30 because they were supposed to be here at 11:15 to deliver the sandwiches and the food. I'm sorry, but we don't have an order for you.
What?
We have no order for Walters.
You're
None.
worthless piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what mom.
Right?
She's a Christian woman. She wouldn't say that, but
Right?
you know she was
Yeah,
thinking.
right.
Did
She
you,
was
no, she
thinking
just
that in her mind.
she broke down crying. Mary is livid. You know when your sister gets pissed
Oh,
off.
yeah. See, my sister's like that nice, sweet girl, but if you just get that wrong thing, bitch mode goes
Right.
into
It's
effect.
On.
And she's pregnant?
Oh no, she will have those sandwiches here. She will and the chips.
Oh, so she's on the phone with her now.
No, she's
Mary
yelling.
Hop-
She's
yeah.
yelling at this from the bathroom
Oh,
while
from the-
mom's on the phone crying.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
But it turned out okay, and actually it was a pretty sweet deal. I offered to go pick them up. Right?
What a
Well, she
nice
goes, "Well,
guy.
did you order these online or on the phone?" No, I went into your business and ordered in front of somebody. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the lady was great. Her name was Christine at the Corner Bakery in San Dimas.
Okay.
Okay, what was your order? Right? It's 11:30.
Did you have a receipt?
I'll have them there. No, I'll have them there by 12:15. She didn't pay for it yet. They hadn't charged us yet.
Oh, I see.
Right? I will have them there by 12:15. Right?
Yeah.
Shows up at 12:15. The order was for 30 half sandwiches of various
Right.
kinds, right? Chips
Right.
and blah, blah, blah. She goes, well, I misheard her on the phone, so you have 60 sandwiches,
Oh.
right? And because of the screw-up, I'm only going to charge you 50% of the original price,
Wow.
right? So she takes I put everything
I mean,
And
that's pretty.
you know where I stored
that's
them?
Killer.
in the studio.
Did you?
I stored everything in the studio because it was freaking ice cold. I turned the air conditioner
You
on.
turned our
it
studio
was a refrigerator.
into like a storage unit?
Yes, it was a
For
refrigerator.
food?
Absolutely. Right? It had cookies and everything
There
that
was
could melt was in
cockroaches
there,
in
right?
here before I entered the studio.
So anyway, she takes the credit card, right? I assume she writes it down. She goes, in 30 minutes, I will send something to your email as to what the total cost is. It's now Wednesday. I have not received a bill.
So are you planning to, if she, okay, now this comes a test because this is all going to be karma coming back to you now. She made a mistake.
Right.
They made up for the mistake.
Right.
Now, if they never come back or call you for
I
that
ain't
50%.
ever calling them.
You're never calling them?
Never
What?
calling
That is
them.
bad.
No, but that's
No.
on them, though. That's on them as a
No,
business.
Knocker, don't do that.
So this is one of
Don't do that. You're a bad luck, like a rain cloud as it is.
one of two things have
I
happened.
hear
Well,
what
of
you're
course
saying,
it was
though,
me.
son.
They didn't deliver it. It was at my house. Of course, the black cloud,
Yeah.
Where's the
appeared
cloud
that
gotta be
day,
black?
right? But, right? She took my card and pretended to write on a piece of paper. I think for word of mouth. I mean, we're talking about Glendora and
Right,
word of
and
mouth.
if you don't
right?
know, Knocker is a prestigious Glendorian. He's
this is-
one of the famous Glendorians out there.
Well, no,
Just a
but
sweet
but
transvestite.
she doesn't know who I know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of money in Glendora.
Correct. I mean, you are,
Right?
pretty well tucked into the
So
Glendora.
what I
yeah.
think she did is one of two things. Either they're so busy, and that's why they forgot the order in the first place.
Yeah.
So busy and unorganized that she just forgot to bill us. Right?
Okay.
Or two, she knows she effed up.
Effed up.
She wants word of mouth. She wants repeat business. She's just not going to bill us. She's just going to eat the 75
So you're going
bucks.
to take the chance on some bad where you're maybe she did charge you, and did you get a receipt?
Was it the manager that you
No.
were dealing with?
You never got any paperwork.
Yes.
It was?
You
Yes.
never got any paperwork for this.
No. She was going to send the bill in the email.
Well, then I guess that changes differently because if you had a bill,
I never signed anything. She never handed me a
I guess
paper and
it's
said,
free
"Here's your
sandwiches,
charges."
right, Renee? I mean, that's free,
That's free. That's free grub.
And you know what?
right?
If somebody has a catering thing, I will recommend them because A, they took care of the problem,
Not bad. I
Right?
see.
Good
Kind of
business,
worked out for him. Okay.
right? And the quality of the food was excellent.
Right.
But
Excellent.
that's going to change your mind to maybe go somewhere else next time, right?
Well, no, what it is, honey, do not tell her this while she's talking
So
to
you don't think Mom actually called?
Michelle, maybe you should have called at 9 this morning.
Wrong
thing to say.
Yeah, I don't think.
Wrong
Yeah, dude.
thing
I don't
to
think you
say.
should go there. I think you should just lay low with that. Just take the free sandwiches
And her mom's
enjoy
here.
it.
Well, if it was me, I would have called yesterday to make sure they had the order. You know how Graham is, right?
You had just bitches here, right? You said you were swarmed with pregnant, angry grandmas. Like, oh my god, how were you drunk as shit?
I worked on it, man. Once it
Did you?
started, I was watching the NCAA and just drinking in the room.
God, how many vodkas would you have had that day, man? Just popping Vicodins and vodkas all day. I got this, honey. I got it.
No, that's what happened here this
That's
week. But it all turned out
All right.
fantastic. It was great, and again, the quality of the food was fantastic. But we ended up with 30 half sandwiches.
Yeah. So where are they?
Yeah.
I gave 6 to them. 6 to
Okay,
them,
you
6
tossed
to
them out.
them.
They probably
I've
wouldn't be good by
I've
now
eaten
anyway,
sandwiches for lunch and dinner since then.
That's pretty
They're all
good,
gone
though.
now,
You shouldn't
though.
have to make them.
That's good.
Right?
As for myself, I thank God the nightmare is over. We'll be in a new house in 30 days. by far the worst thing that you'll ever experience besides childbirth?
I've heard the stories.
That's not worst thing, most stressful thing.
No, childbirth is
Let me
definitely not
rephrase
as
that.
stressful as
Bro,
buying property.
God, buying property sucks. You think you're going to get it, and they get outbid. It's some bullshit. It's just ridiculous. But we actually found the house we want, so it's good stuff. So
By the way, who was your agent?
it's all good. Oh, got a big props.
Who was your agent?
Podley Properties.
The wifey.
Renee's wifey is our agent, Sherry. She's fantastic.
Yeah,
You
she
can check
gets
her out,
game.
Podley Properties.
Follow her on
she's
Twitter.
Great on Twitter.
At Sherry Realty.
There you go. She hustles.
Realtor Sherry.
She hustles. I mean, it was only like 3 weeks. I act like it was a long time, but it was the worst 21 days of my life. My life was horrible. The wife's like, oh, it's fun at first. Let's look at all these houses.
Right?
It's
Oh,
been
it's
like
great.
5 days. Then after you lose out in a couple, God damn it, I'm done. We're never going to find the house.
Sorry, just to be clear, it's at Realtor_Sherry. So
Yeah.
there you go.
So it was,
Follow her on Twitter.
I'm going to be moving to Upland. I'll be in the city of Upland. So any of my Uplandeers out there, come party. Well, pool party.
Uplandeers?
Uplandeers. whatever you
Uplanders.
call it. Uplanders. All right, guys, you can call the show 626-208-9040 at Sportscast_THN is the number. I want you guys also check me out on thedirty.com, guys. I am now with at Nick Ritchie. He has definitely revamped himself,
Invented himself, as it were.
He is up there right now with the TMZs. He is a reputable media, pop culture, sports, breaking news exclusive guy where he gets the stories, he gets the dirt. He just busted. We were all, you see that
Yes.
ESPN guy we were all over the other day?
Absolutely.
We cracked him. He finally cracked earlier this
Dude,
morning.
I'm watching today.
Man.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
I have to give you props and Nick props and this and that. I'm watching that show on ESPN
Yeah.
with
It's like the new
the
sports
dude and the
center.
girl,
Yeah,
right?
the two
African
black-
American.
yeah.
I'm not going to say black, African American.
The guys from his and her podcast.
Right?
whatever, Yeah.
They're showing videos you showed 3 days ago.
I know.
Literally,
Yeah.
you had them
That's
on
why
our
ESPN's
website.
firing everybody and letting
They
people
were
go.
talking about videos that were 3 freaking days old,
Yeah.
as if it was breaking news.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
What is going on?
Yeah, and if you guys aren't familiar, following our Twitter line, me and Nick, we busted a ESPN reporter. I believe it was out of Pittsburgh. I won't mention his name. You can check out the report at thedirty.com. We posted the story up there. He was paying for sex from a 19-year-old, sending nude videos out, nude photos. Tried to hide it. We finally tracked. I was all over ESPN last night. You're not going to hide this. Like,
Right.
we have the story. Me and Nick were asking him for a reply or any comment or statement. They did not answer. Finally, this morning, ESPN's PR got back to Nick. Got a statement into him, and so just stuff like that. It's just crack it down on you, ESPN.
Bringing the hammer.
God. So we have that. Check out more stories. I put a bunch of stuff up on thedirty.com, guys. I'll be putting that stuff up, 1 or 2 articles a day on there, breaking down some different stuff than we really post on Sportscast, but good nonetheless. So, all right, Knocker, let's
Hey,
get
wait.
it. Yeah.
Do you have that the Titanic thing? The Titanic song?
The Titanic music, I can get
Yeah.
it. If you give me like 2 seconds, I can get it.
I'll give you 1001. 1000.
Let's see if you can get it faster. Me or the producer? Let's see if you can get it faster. Let's see if you can get it faster, Knocker. Me or the producer? The producer. Titanic song. There you go.
Oh, I got it, I think. Hold on.
No, I got it.
Oh, so
I got it. I got it for the producer.
What you are listening to,
I didn't have it queued up.
Okay.
the sound of the one-time leader of the Sportscast NCAA March Madness Challenge.
Oh.
That would be me. Right up until the time, the number 1 seeded Villanova Wildcats faced the Badgers of Wisconsin.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.
As I watched, in dismay, I sank and sank to let go, Jack. Then I was joined. Where that go? The Titanic sank into. Villanova was the stern. And the Duke Blue Devils. Damn it, there's room on that door with a bow. And they both sank. And so did my chances. They sank with them. And it hurt to watch. It was sad. It It was sad to see Coach K's crumpled face as he lost yet again before the Sweet 16 and took my dreams with him. But, just like Rose in the movie, I will always have this song to lift me up in times of despair. And I cling to this as they clung to that dresser in the icy cold Atlantic on April 14th, 1912. Just had to get that in.
Blast it for you, Renee.
Let it out, Knocker. Let it out.
Your bracket will not go on.
But Duke and Nova won't.
That's great, Knocker. I like that. I like that, Knocker.
I had to get that in because that was tough. That was tough to watch your whole thing just die.
That was incredible,
in
man.
the round of 32, it just died.
I'm all about that. Well, you kind of let us in. Let's get into the March Madness as we kick off. We got Sweet 16 coming up starting, I believe, tomorrow, right, Knocker? Sweet 16 tomorrow, then the Elite 8 over the weekend. So we'll get to all of our picks against the spread for our Sweet 16. Me and Knocker will go over them with you guys. Go over a little bit of the brackets. If you could throw me on something in the background here, Renee, appreciate it. Hang on, guys. I got to burp. I'm sorry.
I should have did that right into the mic,
look at,
dude.
I wear my Coors shirt with my Coors beer.
Oh, there you go.
No,
Redneck
it's
soda.
light. The Blue Mountains. Better Blue
man.
Mountains than Blue Balls, I always say.
The banquet. Who's that guy that does the voice? It's the guy from Tombstone that plays the old...
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
No. Is that the old white guy?
It's
Yeah,
Sam Elliott.
Dude, he has the best voice
Yeah, he
ever.
does.
I mean,
he was
he
in the
can-
Big
he
He
Lebowski.
can make me drop my panties.
He can get panties off
Yeah.
his chest
Yeah.
by
All he has to do is just talking.
He can recite the alphabet
Yeah.
and get him to orgasm by the letter
you.
S.
He was
Not
in-
even touching him.
Yeah, dude.
Knocker, remember that movie Mask he was in with Cher about Rocky Dennis?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then he was in the Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
remember that?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
that
yep.
guy's awesome,
Yeah, he
dude.
is. He's fantastic.
Tombstone, though, baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tombstone.
Tombstone?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting
One of my
at.
favorite westerns of all time.
Yep.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
you want to know the difference between you and Custer? Custer was a pussy.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't.
He's in
We Were Soldiers.
We Were
Yeah,
Soldiers.
he is. He's in that.
Prepare to defend yourself.
Oh, yeah, he's great in that movie,
He's
too.
awesome,
He's got,
man.
like maybe 6 or 7 lines, but they're just great.
His voice is just like...
Yeah, he's so good.
Hey, you want to
So
know how
good.
Custer felt? Go ask him.
Well, Knocker, we were talking about this. Kind of brings me into this NCAA basketball.
Right.
As we saw some pretty fantastic games over the last week.
A very close game. So
Um,
a few upsets. What was really odd for this tournament, really no buzzer beaters. No
Not really a
lane,
last-second
lane
shot.
Pierce.
Yeah.
No.
Not yet.
Curries.
Not yet.
Not yet. Usually in the first round or second round, you'll get a couple.
We did
of
get
those,
some
but-
upsets. Wisconsin, we got through. The Duke Blue Devils losing. But real quick, Knocker, we talked about you having some issues over the weekend with women and how crazy they can be at times, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I don't think they're as crazy as Greg Marshall's wife of Wichita State.
Lord,
She is a damn psycho. Throw up a picture of her.
she's a piece of
She's
work.
a classy woman.
Classy. Stay
With that
classy.
that blonde perm she's got going.
Stay classy,
Greg
Wichita.
Marshall's wife. You got it in there. She's the blonde. Yeah, there we go, Renee. Thank you. How would you like that over the top of you in bed?
Yeah, that's my wife.
Yeah.
See that one right there? Yeah, that's
God.
mine. The gem.
I think she
She's
wears
a
the
gem.
pants. She wears the pants in the family. Well, Knocker, she was asked by security by the end of the game to leave, Knocker. Yeah. They said she.
Better not. I'm not finished.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. It's all right. It's so true. It's what I was thinking, though. I just didn't think I would say it. You know, you were thinking, right? I was thinking it. You were reading my mind. You decided to say
Sometimes
it.
it's just so hard
you know,
not to.
It is.
Right.
With father son, we got that kind of, you know, ESP. What is it? ESP?
ESP.
Okay, good. I thought I got it right. Or EST. Is that Eastern time? Greg Marshall's. They said she was the drunkest, person there, according
Wow.
to reports, Knocker.
My God.
Now, my question is to you. Greg's been there for a long time at Wichita State. Kind of questioning why hasn't this guy left yet? Could have had job opportunities at multiple places by now. Is it because of his wife?
Could be.
Because it might begin to this point where this is the first time his
trying
wife
to
has
hide
gotten
her.
some altercations.
Trying to hide her in Little Wichita.
My
be.
question is to you, Knocker. At what
Could be.
point does a player or a coach's siblings or family or wife become too much to where it over-exaggerates? It's over.
Right there.
Right there, right?
Then and
there it is. There it is.
Honey,
What do you tell her?
you
Nothing. I'm gonna kill you, man.
have a fucking knife in your chest when you wake up.
She's gonna go Lorena Bobbitt on that
you'll
shit.
wake up
Just
with
chuck
no
it out
penis.
the window.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Honey, you reacted a little
You didn't
strongly.
pick Kentucky. Ah! Comes at her like,
I hate those rats.
my
I'll kill 'em.
God.
Did you guys
Knock.
see Julia Louis-Dreyfus rooting
Yeah,
up,
she,
cheering on her son?
Yeah, and what about that other white kid with the braces that thought he was
Oh,
having a complete
yeah.
mental breakdown? We posted that video.
That was awesome.
Said I didn't love anything more than that little kid.
That was
My
awesome.
God, he's getting calm down, bro.
How do 3 refs miss that call, though?
I don't know.
Totally
Yeah,
just stopped the momentum.
It was
changed
pretty
the
bad.
Game.
It was
And the
pretty bad.
call in the Wichita game, too, were totally just bad calls, man.
Correct.
Come on.
correct.
Got to do better than that.
All right, Knock. Well, let's get into our spreadsheet as we get to the Sweet 16, Knocker. We've got a couple great games going on. First here, you look at Kansas -5 versus Purdue here, Knocker. Kansas looks like the overwhelming kind of favorite. They look the best out of all the 1 seeds here coming into the game. Purdue, though, Big Ten, they didn't win their conference, even though they're probably the best team in that
But they got
conference.
the big
Knocker.
dude in the middle knocking down threes. Names again. Sorry.
It's
but,
okay.
you know.
No one's expecting you to come up with
Right?
college basketball names.
But the center for Purdue, he was
Yeah.
doing it all, passes, this and that. That turned out to be a great game. I had Purdue, moving on, blah, blah, blah. Going to be a good game. Now, is it me or the guy from Kansas, right, who's going to go 1-2 with Lonzo Ball,
Yeah.
right? Like, I watched 5 minutes. He must have traveled 6 times and no calls.
yeah.
Right? I don't understand.
I'm getting the traveling. I
doesn't
played
exist
basketball.
anymore.
Like I don't know how many steps. Like some guys, I feel like they pick the ball up and they walk 3 steps before it's like. I
he
don't
does the
underst-
2 steps and then the shack hop.
Yeah,
Right?
The
And
shack up was laughable.
And the other thing that gets me is every 3-point attempt, the guy catches the ball and then hops. Catches the ball and then hops to set his feet, and then he shoots. That's traveling.
And why don't they rebound? When you shoot a 3, follow it up. Why do people back up on 3-point? I don't understand it.
First thing your basketball coach teaches you when
I
you're
don't
in 7th
understand
grade
it,
is
Knocker.
follow your shot.
Don't
Follow
understand it,
your
man.
shot.
Half the time it bounces back right to you.
But anyway, Kansas,
What do you like? Kansas -5 versus Purdue here.
that's going to be a very, very interesting game.
Kansas is the only team in the tournament to win both their games by 20-plus points here, Knocker.
Right. I will go with Kansas to cover that.
I'm going to go with Kansas, too. I think it's going to be like around a 80-70 type game here. I think Kansas gets the best from here in the end. Next up here, Knocker, got West Virginia, who made a
Surprise.
couple. Yeah, surprise kind of.
Yes.
They were a good team, but they're +3.5 versus the Zags here, Gonzaga. Interesting kind of game here, Knocker. Gonzaga doesn't feel like that type of Gonzaga team that's that Cinderella. Not Cinderella necessarily,
Right, but that might be to their benefit. 'cause
Maybe.
they've come in, with all these accolades, all these other years, and flamed out. They do have Sabonis and the other big dude in the middle
yeah.
are very tough to deal with.
And the
Very
stat
tough
that
to
you
deal
might
with.
want to take, West Virginia averages 20 turnovers a game, getting 20 turnovers on defense.
Wow.
Defensively, they're going to get the ball turned over. The Zags, I'm just not as big of into the Zags this year going into the tournament. They just haven't blown me away, and I kind of like this West Virginia team. Knocker.
What's the spread on this?
+3.5 for West Virginia.
West Virginia is very hot. I'm going with the Mountaineers on this.
I'm going to go
with
with
the Morgantown Maulers.
I'm going to go with West Virginia in this game, too. I think they win outright. I think it's about like a 74-70 type of game here. Very close, but I'm going to take West Virginia with you, Knocker. I think this is one of the upsets in the tournament here. Next here, Knocker, this is the team I like to go into the finals. Arizona -7 over Xavier here, Knocker, is the spread in Vegas coming into the Sweet 16. Again, we're going to all the Sweet 16 spreads here and giving you our picks. Arizona, again, -7 versus Xavier here, Knocker. I'm obviously leaning Wildcats in this one, but Xavier seems to, they're that worst team left in the tournament right now. If by the rankings, have it go. Right? They're number what?
Right, 11.
Are they 11?
They were 11 seed.
Arizona.
But they just hammered Florida State.
They did, man.
Absolutely hammered them.
They have. Remember, Xavier also beat. They got swept by Marquette, Villanova, Butler, and lost to Creighton twice. So the Xavier team isn't necessarily what you think
But
they
it's
are.
a tournament team. Them Butler.
Arizona just looks big
tournament
to me,
team.
though. Arizona just looks big.
Yeah, but they have a lot of shooters.
Especially down low.
They shoot very well. don't get very deep in the bench. But
You're right,
they
but
shoot-
Xavier's
they
got the
shoot
shooters
very
from
well.
3 too, though. That's where they're going to live or die.
I'm going to take the points. I
You're
think
gonna
Arizona
take-
wins the games, but I get 7, right?
Yeah.
I like the 7 points.
So you're going to take Xavier in the 7? I'm
Yes,
going to
I
go
am.
opposite. I think it's a complete blowout here. I'm
Really?
going to take Arizona 70-52, 70-55, somewhere around there.
Hey,
Yeah, because I don't like teams that live and die by the threes. I know I'm a kind of a Golden State guy, but that just doesn't win you tournaments. It doesn't. You can only shoot so well so many games, Knocker, before instead of you go 11-17, instead you shoot 4 for 20.
I get
know?
it. I get it.
I just think it's Arizona's type of year, and if you guys don't know,
7 points is a lot of points, man. In a Sweet 16 game, that's a lot of points.
it is, but it's also Arizona's number 1 or number 2 seed. It's number 2
Two to
against an 11.
11.
I mean, I'm not going by seeds here necessarily, but now the game of the weekend, Knocker. I
Oh,
cannot wait for this.
man,
Kentucky,
baby.
UCLA, straight pick 'em. Even Vegas doesn't even know how to play this game. Lonzo Ball, did he not? Knocker, did you watch that last game Lonzo
Okay,
Ball
I,
played?
I will give you this. I had
He
not.
looked amazing.
I had not watched a lot of UCLA basketball this year. Kind of, here and there. And,
Well, Knocker, no one's
know.
blaming you for not paying attention to college basketball.
I
regular
love college
season.
basketball.
I know you do, but the
Right.
regular season's a joke.
oh, it's all about the tournament, right? So, all the hype and all this and all that. I came away from the 2 games extremely impressed, especially game 2, second half. What I'm most impressed about is how calm he is on the court. He doesn't do the chest bumping. He doesn't do
No.
this, I'm that.
And having LeVar as his father, you're like, wow.
Right? He makes a play and he gets his ass back on defense.
Yeah.
Right? He sees the floor. He's making passes that I've only seen
Magic Johnson.
Koozie, Magic, Larry Bird.
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe a Steve Nash, maybe a little
Archibald,
Steve Nash
little
in
Nash,
there.
right?
Yeah.
He's seeing things on the floor that other people just don't see, and he makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
But what I'm most impressed with, he has everything. He can rebound. He can do whatever it takes physically on the basketball court. What I'm most impressed with is his attitude and his humbleness. When you talk to him after a game, they're trying to pump him up and get the hype, and it's we, my teammates, we had coach did that. It's all about everybody else but him. I am thoroughly and completely sold. Not that he's the greatest thing ever,
Right.
but he's the best basketball player in college basketball right now.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that game last week was absolutely fantastic. He looked incredible from the alley-oops to the – and I still don't get how he shoots the ball, but it goes in. And I don't care as long as it goes
Right?
in. And like you said, Knocker, you want to play with him. If you're a player, you want
Right.
to play with a guy
Right.
like that makes you look good, sets you up for
Absolutely.
good shots. I mean, I love that UCLA center, that big, tall, white guy in the middle is fantastic. But this is going to be a fantastic game,
Well,
Knocker.
like you said, if you do what you're supposed to do, the traditional basketball is get in your lane, cut back door, beat your guy, right? Give a move and cut back door. He will find you. It like you said, it inspires you to work your ass
It
off
does.
because he's going to pass the ball to you. And that's what it's all about. UCLA looked really good in that half. I think they're on fire. Kentucky struggled. I think they should have lost that game.
yeah.
I'm looking for UCLA to beat them again.
I've got
I really
UCLA.
am.
I've got UCLA going to the Elite Eight as well, Knocker. I'm going to take them 70-68 here. I'm going to take them in a 2-point game. It comes down to maybe a last possession here. But I like the Bruins. And just a side note here, their coach was Steve Alford. Is that their coach?
Yes.
Guys, he's going to Indiana. I'm going to call it right now. He's going back home to
Yes.
Indiana. He's from Indiana. And UCLA fans, they wanted him out last year when they were flying banners over football practices, trying to get him out because he had a rough season after all his stars, after all his seniors left. If you're him, why stay at UCLA, man? You're losing Lonzo Ball. The other Ball brothers aren't nearly as good. You want to deal with LeVar for the next 3 or 4 years? Why not go back home? You can resurrect Indiana, probably one of the top 5 programs in the league. I'm calling it right now. Steve Alford, after this tournament, he's going to Indiana.
Well, I don't think that he would leave because the program's going to be bare because his Ball's leaving, his son's leaving, there's a couple of guys leaving.
You don't think that plays anything
No.
into it?
He's got an unbelievable recruiting class coming in again next year.
Well, yeah, he's got LeVar's
All right?
son. He's got his
But,
other son
well, I
coming
mean,
in.
the other brother, he's the middle brother. He's
Not as
the
good.
worst of the
Lonzo's
three,
supposed to be the best.
right?
Yeah.
But he's a Midwest guy. He's not an LA guy.
No, he's not.
Okay, so I don't think it's so much that he doesn't want to be here and he doesn't like where it's going. I think it's just Indiana's home.
Yeah.
He gets to go home. He gets to click his heels like the Wizard of Oz, and go home to the university where he's a god.
You got to follow up Tom
Right.
Crean. I mean,
So-
really? I mean, it's not. You're not like have to fill some big shoes here,
Right.
You know?
And he can recruit like a mother.
Yeah.
He's I really do think
I
he's
think
gone.
he's gone,
And that
so-
raises the question. What happens to the Ball family? They're committed to UCLA. Do they stay there? Do they go play somewhere else?
Well, and I think LeVar's already said that his sons are all going to be one and doneers. So I mean, do they end up going over to Kentucky? Do
Right,
one
but
and
does the
done
new
there,
coach
or-
want to put? But does the new coach
Yeah.
want to put up with this
No,
guy?
that's what I'm saying. It's a big decision. That's why I'm saying if you're offered, you get the hell out. Just
There's
start
all
fresh.
kinds
yeah.
of things that can happen.
Yeah, start fresh.
But I think I'm with you. I think he does go to Indiana. I think that's where he wants to be.
on his way there. All right, moving on. Knocker. Next game up here, we got Baylor -3 versus South Carolina here. The Gamecocks, man, pulling the upset last week, Knocker.
Cox!
Man, Baylor, as much as disarray as their sports athletic program is in right now, they look fantastic as well.
As
Everyone's
good
gonna
as they look, though, USC
played good with them.
should have,
Yeah.
and maybe could have, but maybe should have beat them
They should have woken up
with
in
a
the
little
first
less
half.
panic
but-
at the end of the game.
Right, most people are going to be
Um,
on the Gamecocks and this just riding the momentum after beating Duke in this Knocker.
Yeah, I think.
But I'm going to go the opposite way here. I'm not going to ride the Gamecocks here. I'm going to go with Baylor taking this game here 68-63, somewhere around there. I just think that after an emotional game like that, I think Baylor is a little more poised in this game. They beat Marquette and Duke on the offensive boards, which is fantastic, but I don't like them defensively. I think that Baylor gets this one. I just like Baylor in this game.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say I'm riding the Cox, but
Yeah. You just said... Cue that up, Renee, for next time. All right.
well, that's because you said I'm
Gonna
not
get
riding
that.
the Cox.
I'm sure you're
you know.
not riding the Cox.
I'm not going to say I'm riding the Cox, but
Uh-huh.
I'm going with the Gamecocks in this one, man. I really think they got something
Okay.
special.
not Cox.
Well, that was. He wrote it. I don't know.
I think they really have something special going on. They're murder under the boards. They play great defense.
Right.
They're intimidating when they want to be. I think right now they might be the most intimidating team left in the tournament.
Yeah. You
They
could be
play
right. You could be
nasty,
right on that.
gritty, hard-nosed basketball. I think getting past that first game, was key.
Not like
They-
that. And Duke's just a confidence builder.
But they didn't just win. They beat the hell out of a
they
damn
beat
good
them double
basketball
digits,
team.
basically. Yeah.
They beat the hell out of that
Yeah.
team. I think with Baylor struggling against USC, I look for South Carolina to win outright.
All right, last three games here. Again, we're going over our Sweet 16 picks here. Wisconsin, Knocker, again, another surprise team coming out, beating your boys, your Villanova team. You had them for the championship. Wisconsin +2 versus the Gators here of Florida. Man, I like this Wisconsin team. They got a lot of seniors. I like that senior guard that they have. They bring the ball up well. They play as a team. They're resilient. They've got confidence. They've been here before, and I like that. I'm not impressed by the Gators. I like the Badgers to win here about 62-57, somewhere in that range. I think it'll be a
What's the
little low
spread in this
scoring. Wisconsin +2. I'll take those points with Wisconsin
Oh yeah,
all day.
I think they win outright.
that's one of the bets
they're
of
they're
the
fundamentally
day there.
sound.
Yeah.
They rebound.
Yep, I like
they
it
hold
all.
the ball. They're going to slow Florida down. I
They're
like
big
Wisconsin
inside. They're
in this
big
game.
down low. I like
Straight
it as
up,
well.
yep.
My winner to win the whole thing, UNC, Knocker. I think they've got the easiest road now with Duke out of the picture here. UNC -7 versus Butler here. Another big spread. One of the bigger spreads of the day. Tar Heels. They didn't play that well against Arkansas, but somehow they got by him, Knocker. But again, I think they should bounce back against Butler here. I like North Carolina 76, Butler 65, somewhere there. I think they cover the spread just like who did I say with the -7? At the
What's
top?
the spread in
Arizona.
this one?
-7, just like in the Arizona game. I like both North Carolina and Arizona do some damage this weekend.
No, I'm going to take the 7 points.
Gonna take Butler in the 7
I'm going
points.
to take the 7 points. Yeah.
Okay. Right back home. The last game here, Michigan. That surprise Wolverines team, Knock.
Who did Knox say was going to be the biggest disappointment in the tournament? Louisville.
That's true.
Right, when
you
we
did,
discussed
man.
it last week,
You did.
Louisville
Go back
was
and
gonna choke.
go back and download it there.
Michigan. I like Oregon, even though they lost their best
They had the
player.
best player too.
I do like Oregon.
They've got some
in this
firepower,
game.
man. They've got some firepower on that team. They got some bigs inside. I'm gonna go with Michigan though. I'm gonna ride it. Why the
Wow.
Wolverines, man? See, that's why not? Teams like that, like I like it. Do they just keep going and going and going? And I think that Oregon, yeah, they're playing without their best. I think they've been playing over their head a little bit. I like Michigan here winning a close one
I'm
about
going to go with the Ducks.
80-78.
All
All right, Knock, I like that. Okay, guys, let's get to our first break here. We get back, a lot more stuff coming up on the show. A lot of good stuff here. We're going to get into our new segment. called WTF News. Figure that out for yourself. We'll get to it. There's some good stories in there, Knocker. You heard these people called flat Earth truthers?
No.
They think the Earth is still flat.
Really?
And you think that
in
nowadays,
In 2017.
yeah, 2017, there's
Shaq-
people.
Shaq is one of those people.
They also think we didn't go to the moon, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Shaq. Maybe he thinks he's Kazam all again. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he thinks he's one of those genes. We'll talk about that. We got Shot of the Week coming up, top of the hour. Also, Bonehead of the Week. Now, we got an African soccer player decided to thank his wife and his girlfriend all in the same speech, Knocker. That's not the way to go. We have You Got Knocked the Fuck Out. We showed you this before the show, no?
Oh, Lord.
You
ones
yelled out
ever.
so loud, you hurt still
Oh, yeah.
from that.
This is just, it will send shivers down your
And we're going to
spine.
talk about an NBA, Knocker, that we've got a serious issue. Me and you're going to dig deep into this, man. Sitting out the regular season, these NBA stars, Adam Silver, the commissioners, laid down the law, says he's going to throw some penalties down. Is there
LeBron,
something they're
you're
going to do?
very wrong on this.
And we'll get to that later in the show as we get back here on the Sportscast.